I'm going to try a quick sketch of a friend's llama using my Derwent blue-gray watercolor pencil and also adding a little color with the Albrecht Durers. But we're going to keep this one very quick and simple and show you what a good sketching tool these things are. So I'm having a little trouble seeing it, of course, because I'm behind the tripod. So bear with me. This is just going to be a quick sketch. Oops, and I'm shading my paper with my photo. Not good. Okay. And his nose makes kind of almost a square shape there. Those big, gorgeous llama eyes. And then there's this little triangular bit on the end of his nose. Pretend we're doing this from life, but since I don't have a llama handy, we're just going to make it this way. And his other eye over here a bit. Big old fluffy ears. He's listening to us. He looks kind of sad. I don't think he is, though. He's gone to a new home, and I think he likes it. This was the llama that was actually present at our wedding. We had an interesting wedding. Okay, just adding a bit of shading, the darker background here. Guess I better move that up so you can see it. And his muzzle. Hey, it's not easy doing the video and the sketching. I'm holding the photo up just beyond camera range so I can see it anyway, more or less. Okay, and he's got some rough fur up here above his eyes. More of the dark background to make him stand out a bit. And a little more shading here and there. His ear would go up higher, I believe. Okay, now I'm just going to put my photo aside so it doesn't shade it anymore. And blend just a bit here and there. This is one of the cool sketching things you can do with watercolor pencils. You don't have to work too hard on making a complete painting if you don't want to. Just a quick sketch is wonderful. And wetting here and there is lively. It makes it come alive. I'm using a large 1-inch, 3/4 inch flat brush this time rather than a water brush or a smaller brush, since this is in fact a sketch. And this helps me to move fast. Oops, I forgot his... Oh, I dropped my brush. Well, that's exciting. You can tell that I do these for fun, these videos, and I hope they're fun for you too, because they're certainly not something that they do professionally at Northlight. Oh well. Okay. I believe that about does it for the Derwent, and you can see I've caught something of his expression and his funny little face. I'll let that dry and add some color. Just a little bit more. He's a pretty boy. I miss him. He was a very good wedding guest too, I might add. Just a bit more dark up in the ears. You can keep adjusting as you go along. A little bit more accurate shape. And kind of an interesting bit of heavy background here. Quick to make him stand out. And of course, in case you didn't know it, you can also spatter from the end of a brush just for a little bit of texture. From the end of a pencil, I mean. Sorry. And then, oops, blot it where you don't want it quickly. And now we'll let it dry. Here's our friend the llama again. And we're going to add a little color with watercolor pencils this time. I don't worry too much about matching color because it's more fun to kind of go wild. But I have picked out a selection of Albrecht Durer pencils to use so that I don't make too long a video while I'm searching for my pencils. So I just add a little squiggle of color here and there, and I'm pushing the color a little. By pushing, I mean using something a little bit bolder than actually shows, because it's fun and it makes a more exciting sketch. Where the light touches him, I am actually using cadmium orange. Woohoo! And now I will switch to yellow ochre, which is a little bit more subdued. A little subtler, and I've got to quit rattling my brush, driving me crazy. And probably you too. Anyway, so he's such a pretty animal. Now I think I shall throw in a bit of burnt sienna, nice warm color, and just kind of following the markings on this pretty fellow. A little bit of the brown on his cheek and under his eye. This area got a little bit more brown, and I may come back in with some of the blue-gray to adjust a bit. See, you don't have to worry too much about being terribly accurate about your placement or making smooth lines, because you're going to blend them with water anyway. Okay, and let's throw in a little of that green in the background, just for ducks, as my husband says. Make him stand out and make it clear that he's outdoors. We don't have any indoor llamas around here. Many indoor llamas. Maybe not. Although I did have a goat that used to like to come in the house. Didn't say I liked it, said he liked it. Okay, let's adjust this a bit more while we can, because the value of it was a bit darker than I got. And a little bit more of a shape on this eye. You can change and adjust and fix and do all sorts of cool things. Nothing is set in stone, and it is just a sketch. So I think this area could be a little darker, and this little bit of rough fur perhaps. Okay, now let's see what happens when we start blending this. I'll start up here in the background. Voila, it's summer. And I'm really looking more at my sketch now than I am the photo, because it's past time for photos. Time to focus on what I'm putting down on paper. This brush wants to get just a little bit wetter than I would like, but oh well. Okay. Ooh, he is brightening up. Getting bold. As I recall, this llama was a bit bold. He took part in the wedding, as I said, which was pretty cool. Do you have any llamas at your wedding? Okay. Blending a bit carefully, and I wipe my brush off every once in a while if it gets to be too wet and it's making more of a mess than it's helping. I come in and wipe it. And for a sketch, it's fun to let these things blend kind of freely. Okay, that's our llama buddy. But one thing you can do that I tried to film before, but I didn't turn on the camera, so that made it a little bit more difficult, is while this is wet, you can come back in and make some dark lines that will not go anyplace. This is going to stay put. You won't be able to lift it, but it gives you some beautiful dark accents. Watercolor pencils are fun. Okay, a little bit more here. Ooh, he's looking cool. I'll have to give this to my friend Yuta. It's her llama. And let's see, what did I want to do? Oh yes, restate this nostril a bit, which got a little too lifted. Get him back his llama nose shape. They're pretty creatures, aren't they? In a funny sort of a way. And you can, in fact, let's see if I can do this. When it gets to be a little drier, you can take a lighter color like the yellow ochre here and kind of push back into a damp wash. That's not doing it very well right now, but anyway. Occasionally you can do this and it'll lift the color back a bit. It's fun.